on a big, large scale, we have been managed to have this digital transaction and that too seamlessly and without any difficulty. And then comes, there are so many issues in our country like gender inequality, that is gender empowerment, women empowerment. Then the practice of untouchability, bonded labor, child labor. In some quarters still it is existing. And I think that it is our bounden duty that we should contribute like the citizens. We should form a pressure group on the government, on the legislature to bring about some legislations which prevent like more, like there are acts, there are so many laws, but implementation is very important. So even bureaucracy, even police, even the political leadership, even the public representatives, we need to like as citizen, we need to put pressure on those people. Now there are so many whistleblowers, they are RTI activists. They bring about certain cases of corruption, there's some irregularity in the public domain. So those people, they are also instruments of change because it is not an easy job to fight against high and mighty people. Their lives are also at risk. So we as a society, we must protect and we must support such type of people. Now in 21st century, we have seen that there is going to be tremendous change when it comes to India, that is Bharat. Like Swami is sitting here, like so many, I was discussing with the staff faculty, so many medical colleges, so many engineering colleges, and similar in Karnataka, there are so many education institutions coming up. In other parts of country, IIMs, AIMS, IITs, there is a huge number in every nook and corner of the country, it is coming up. But we require qualitative education and that too at affordable cost. Because qualitative education only, that does not suffice. If it is not affordable for the person, from the weaker section of society, then probably the disparity, the economic disparity, that will increase. So we need to make our education system qualitative and at the same time, it should be cost affordable. If we make our people more aware, enlightened, definitely they are going to contribute in the betterment of the society. Similarly, so many groups are there in our country, like NGOs, non-profit organization like Lions Club, organization like your Rotary Club. They are doing yeoman service. They are organizing so many camps, blood camps, eye donation camp. Then they like for helpers for poor, destitutes, beggars, orphans, senior citizens, differently abled persons. So at personal level and different level, people they are doing like carrying out so many good activities. In educational field, one probably you will be aware of Super 30. Some of you must have heard the name of Super 30. That is a very good experiment and good example how the society can be changed by such type of initiative. Super 30 is an institution in Patna where like students who are from the weaker section of society but they are meritorious. Those people, they get admission and most of them they get into IITs. So they have that type of facility and it has transformed the landscape so far as I will say weaker sections. I know so many people, they could not afford anything, but now their children, they are studying and they have studied in prestigious IIT, whether it is IIT Kanpur, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Chennai or IIT Mumbai. So the dreams of such people, they have been able to fulfill their dreams. They have been able to achieve their dreams. Similarly, now social media engagement. That is also very important thing in this age because you people also sitting there, you can have your opinion about any issue. You can have your opinion about even public policy. You can have your opinion about any legislation. You can have your output or your opinion about any incident which has taken place in the society, like maybe some road rage, some case of crime, some case of crime against women, anything. You can express your anguish, you can express your anger about these things, and the government in this age, they will be forced to take note of such anguish, such public opinion. So that is also, I think, that working in a big way. And our country, I will say, in 21st century, there is deep tech involvement so far as nanotechnology is concerned, artificial intelligence and machine learning is concerned, then quantum computing is concerned, cloud computing is concerned, big data analysis is concerned, semiconductor technology is concerned. The investments in a big way is coming, even aviation sector. Like a lot of cutting technology, we are trying our best to get it from France and other places. Now when we talk of a space technology, India has taken giant strides in that field. So Chandrayaan already it is on the moon, Gaganyaan in the offing. On 16th of January, SpaceX that has been launched and successfully launched. That will provide you the facility of in orbit or in a space, like a servicing facility of satellites, and it will also facilitate the Gaganyaan project or manned space project of India. So that way, India is taking strides. We cannot say it is the land of serpent charmers and the land of elephants. I was in Kosovo for one year. So all like I was among Britishers, with among Germans, Italians, French, Spanish, those people. And for them, the identity of India, like they had given me souvenir. I have the T-shirt even now. So there they have shown me along with one snake charmer and one elephant. I am standing in between those people. So that is the mindset, that is the impression, that is the idea of India, the other people they are having. But I think that they now need to change their mindset. They now need to take note of the advancements of India in technological field and scientific field. So in this field also, what I feel that there is need for more research, more innovation. Our Indian universities, though they are producing a lot of PhD, but I think the output, the quality output of research is not there. Like we hardly have some papers which can compete with the journals and other papers in the foreign countries. Here it is copy-paste research in mostly. I think I exhort that our people, that our students, they should go for something original, which contributes, which goes a long way in changing the society. So that way, probably in that direction also, in our country, steps will be taken. Then there are affirmative legislations. I was talking about that. There are cases like that legislations with regard to like SC/ST Act, that is prevention of atrocity against SC/ST. Then there are public places of harassment, like Act regarding sexual harassment at public places. For women, now there are so many laws that it has come up. For disabled person also, for differently able person also, the laws have come up. For transgenders also there is legislation. So in every field there is legislation, but now it is onus on police, it is onus on administration that they effectively implement such changes, implement such legislations, because merely having legislation, that does not suffice. So our country, I will say that definitely if our consolidated, concerted and that coordinated effort, energy and enthusiasm, it will propel India as a world superpower, but there is no room for complacency. We need to work harder and harder. Each of us, we need to contribute in betterment of our society, in improvement of our society, and in the growth and development of our country. If we do it, if we try our best, if do our best, and we give our best, definitely India will become a superpower. India, that is Bharat, it will attain its glory. And in the end, I will just say, this life is very precious. This life is unique. This life cannot be replicated. At the same time, it is ephemeral. It is transient. So we must utilize each and every moment of life to make it meaningful. To supplement it, I'll quote few lines from the poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, A Psalm of Life, that life is real, life is earnest, the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art to dust returnest was not spoken of the soul. And finally, lives of great men all remind us we can make our life sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. And I wish and hope that each of you leave imprints, you leave your footprints wherever you work, wherever you go, wherever you serve. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Jai Shri Gurudev. My pranams to my Honorable Chancellor and Parama Pujya Guruji. Well, I am blessed to be here, and I'm really blessed to stand in front of you with all humility and speak for the next 10 to 12 minutes about what I have gone through in my life, and as a doctor, what I have done to my patients. Is it okay with you guys? Right. We had prasadam. Let me tell you, when I came here as the Vice Chancellor, our Swamiji used to sell prasadam madanu. When I was a child, prasadam means only this much. I used to tell my Swamiji, Tindi Martin Swamiji, lunch Martin inta. Now I understand. During the prasadam in the afternoon, he asked me, the third speaker, honored speaker for the evening, has become unwell and he has excused himself, and Swamiji told, can you take over and talk to our students and our youngsters for about 10-12 minutes? I was shaking and I said, I'll try my level best, Swamiji. Swamiji, I hope I'll do a good job. Now, let me talk to you people about lifespan and health span and living with diabetes, since I am a quintessential diabetologist by profession. What is lifespan and health span? How many of you want to live 100 years? I'm sure everybody will raise your hands. But some of you say, no, 80 years is good enough, sir. But to reach 80 years, you have to have on your backpack health. When our country got independence in 1947, the average lifespan of an Indian was 40 years. By the time 40 years came in his or her life, they would be going back to their makers. And today, it is about 70 plus. Most of you, 99.999, as Ashwini said, would live to see 70 years. But how many of you will be healthy? By the time you are 60, you are diabetic. By 65, a heart attack. By 67, a kidney transplant. By 69, blah, blah, blah. At the 70, 71, you will die. Do you need to suffer for 10, 12 years before you die? You have to take cognizance of that. But when lifespan was 40 years, most of the Indians would be healthy till 40 years. The next day, they would be dead because of cholera or a viral infection, etc. like that. So very simple concept, I'll tell you youngsters. I keep telling my students, you all should write a 24-hour diary. Can you all do it? 24-hour diary, 6 a.m. to next 6 a.m., next day. Write down. And most of you who say, we do not have time, sir, we really don't get time to really do whatever we want, you will know you will be wasting 4 to 5 hours in a day. You can use that in the right manner. That's the first step I would like to give you, my wisdom out of the knowledge I have gathered and the informations, multitude of informations that have come my way. The second one is, there is a concept in medicine called as Life's Simple 7. Life's Simple 7. How do you keep your health is the 7 mantras if you want to talk about. The first one is wait. W-E-I-G-H-T, not W-A-I-T, don't wait. The second one is exercise. The third one is mental activity. Fourth one is blood pressure. Fifth one is blood glucose or blood sugar. Sixth one is no smoking. And the seventh one, popularly called in Kannada as halka halu. If you can have this life simple 7, you will all be healthy. You may not develop diabetes. In spite of getting diabetes, you can live healthily. Can you all do that? Yes, sir. Thank you. Now, I'll just give you 3 concepts of how to live with diabetes, whether you have or not. I remember when I started my practice as a diabetologist once upon a time, 40 years ago, one of the very first patients I had was an ICS, Indian Civil Service. It was called as Indian Civil Service, now IAS. A Tamilian came to me. He was already a septuagenarian at that time. I was a 35-year-old young Turk. I kept on telling him, don't do this, don't do that, and all that. He said, stop, doctor. When you ask me to do something, I will agree. If you ask me, don't do this, you please tell me to stop breathing. You know, he opened my internal eyes. The second thing he said was, do you have diabetes? I got angry. I am a 35-year-old, very energetic person. You're asking me I'm a diabetic? No, I am not. You know what he said? He said, you do not know much about diabetes. You may have a degree, but live with diabetes, you will know a whole story. And I, since then, have changed my gaze of how to look at my patient who sits in front of me, and have made a concept called as KISS principle. Sorry, Swamiji, it's not whatever that we are talking about. KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. Who is the stupid? The doctor, not the patient. We should keep it simple for the patient. They can take care of themselves. Since then, the KISS principle I have followed is only 3. Diet, exercise, and stress. Let me start with stress. How many of you know how to define stress? For every word, stress is, "Ayyo, tala kettoytappa, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah." But let me tell you, in medicine, stress is defined as any internal response to whatever stimulus. Whatever stimulus, good song, bad song, screaming, internal response, how you respond to it. So I keep asking, once upon a time, when I came to know about this, I would ask my patient, invariably a male, do you love your wife? What are you talking, sir? I love my wife, because she was sitting by the side. Do you love your children? Yes, sir. Do you think it is stress? No, sir. But let me tell you, whether you love or hate, you are going through stress. If you love, you go through good stress. If you hate, you go through bad stress. How do you manage stress now? Start liking what you do. Start loving people in and around you. You will change the bad stress into good stress. It's very easy to speak, to do it difficult. Right. Exercise. Many of my patients think exercise means 3,000 rupees shoes, 5,000 rupees track suit, 10 miles drive in a car, walk for 10 kilometers, go and eat 2 masala dosas. Ashwini? It's very simple. All you have to do is, Rajkumar ಒಂದು ಹಾಡು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೈ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕಾಲು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. All you have to do is walk. Wherever you are, you have a dirty knicker around, stand up and walk. You know, especially middle-aged females who are my patients, I tell them, do you see TV? Oh, yes, sir. 6:30 ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎದ್ದೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, sir. All you have to do is put your TV, don't sit, watch your favorite 30-minute serial or 1 hour 2 serials, walk. Isn't it easy? You don't have to spend money. You can do your 30-40 minutes of exercise every day. Need not be in front of the TV, wherever you can. That's the second simple concept, KISS principle. Diet. It's very, very simple. 3 questions you answer yourself. When to eat, what to eat, how much to eat. Finished. For heaven's sake, for God's sake, please do not Google different types of diet. You Google A to Z, you get A to Z. You get confused. I am confused. Simple concept of diet is, it's region specific, ethnic specific. You ask a Gauda not to eat meat, he walks out. You ask a, Gauda, got my drift. ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್. ಮಂಡ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಗಿ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ ಕಲರ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಡೆಲ್ಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಪಾತಿ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ವೆನ್ ಟು ಈಟ್, be very, very, very careful. Do not listen to anybody. Your breakfast should be within 1.5 hours of wake up. Your dinner should be at least 12 hours away. Do not believe Americans who have a breakfast at 7, dinner by 7. We cannot do that. Early breakfast, a little bit late dinner is done. One lunch in middle is fine. What to eat? Don't bother. What not to eat is very important. I tell my patients, no sugar, no jaggery, less oil, more vegetables, a little bit of carbohydrates. More vegetables, little less of carbohydrates, very little oil, and zero sugar. That's it. I'll stop here. Finally, the quintessence of BGS talks. Swamiji asked us to do it. I was just a small part of it. Dr. Chakravarti and the rest, Naveen, they have taken the lead and done a lot of work for us. The tagline is inspire to aspire. Inspire to aspire. How many of you want to become a great police officer like Honorable Alok? How many of you want to have, I cannot say medal in Olympics, at least represent India in Olympics? This is it. They are here to inspire. Can you imagine meeting Ashwini anywhere else? And multitude of people meeting her at the same time and getting at least 50 minutes of her time? My God. This is the quintessence of BGS talks. I'll stop here. Jai Shri Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Jaya